how to think positive. So, one of the things that you hear a lot from therapists, from people around you, is to just be positive, to think positive, right? And you're probably thinking, oh, yeah, let's just turn off the negative thoughts and think positive. It's just that simple, right? Wrong. See, the big part of anxiety is that we have these negative thoughts going around in our head, and they just start consuming everything that we have going on, all our thoughts. They affect our emotions, how we react to things. And it's a challenge to move forward when you're stuck in a negative mindset. And so, in order to be able to move forward, to be able to stop the negative thinking, you have to be able to think positive. But as I said, that's a lot easier said than done. And so what I wanted to do today is to provide you with a couple of tips on how to start the process of becoming a more positive thinker. So the first tip is to avoid negative Nancy's. Now, you've heard this time and time again, and I'm going to repeat it because it's true, it's effective, it works. If you surround yourself with negative people, they are going to bring you down and have you thinking negative just like them. And so what you have to do is be able to surround yourself with more positive people. They make it so much easier to think positive when everything that's coming your direction is positive. So if you have friends who are real negative people, you may love them and all, but now is a time to focus on yourself and get them temporarily out of your life until you are strong enough to deal with their negative thoughts without becoming negative yourself. Tip number 2 is to practice turning negative thoughts into positives. Now, this takes a lot of practice, but it'll eventually come natural. So the idea is, if you take your negative thought and you really think about it, you can probably find some kind of positive aspect to it. There's a positive spin that you can put on everything. And so, example, say you're stuck in traffic. Who likes sitting in traffic? Most people don't. It's stop and go. People are cutting in and out, blowing their horns and stuff. And so it can be a very stressful situation. And so you want to turn that stressful negative situation into something positive. And so, for example, if I'm sitting in traffic and I hate traffic, I can focus on something positive like, well, at least I get a little bit more me time. Time to sit in my car, to relax, listen to my music, listen to a podcast, whatever it may be, to kind of focus on myself instead of focusing on trying to get to work or wherever you're going. So you turn the negative situation into a positive. You get to spend time with yourself. So number 3 is to focus on the here and now. So when we focus on the past and what has happened in the past, we continue the process of like negative thinking. And we want to be able to decrease those thoughts. If you think about where you are right now, is where you are right now, what you're doing right now, is it negative? You're watching this video, so I'm hoping it's not negative. But it's not a negative experience for you in this moment. And if we start focusing on the individual moments that we're in now versus what happened on the way home from work, what happened this morning on our commute, the fight that we had with a friend 2 weeks ago, those things are going to consume us. And so if we focus on the now, what's going on right now, it breaks up those negative thoughts that we have so that we're not so consumed by the negative. So the tips that I provided was to avoid negative Nancy's, to practice turning negatives into positives, and to focus on the here and now. So let's work a little bit harder. Let's try to get to a point where we are thinking a lot more positive than we may have been in the past.